podcast. It's Inside the 90, brought to you by Stadium Side. Here we'll bring you everything going on in the football pitch inside the 90, from the thrills, the fans, the reactions, players, the goals, and the winnings, and the cries, and the pains. Of course, my name is Amarachi Adimoko, the phenomenal voice, and I'm joined by...
Yeah, Emmanuel Emres. It's always a pleasure to be here, and thanks for joining us for today's episode.
And...
Well, my name is Amadi Chijoke Divine, known as the classical DJ Dika Divine. Always a pleasure.
Okay, let's get down to business. Of course, we'll be starting off with our home front, NPFL. NPFL, they were in action during the weekend, and now they've gone on break to come back
in January.
13th January. And then, same January, transfer windows will be open. Talking about NPFL, it was quite embarrassing for Kun Khalifa. That's home. Dika.
Well, it was embarrassing for fans, for those that have high expectations. But
have high expectations.
for Kun Khalifa,
I've
I've followed the league since 2001. I followed the Nigerian league. So I know that in the Nigerian league, you need to be prepared. Kun Khalifa, were they prepared before the league? No, they were not. This is not the NNL. This is the MPFL. There is a huge gap. When we talk about Nigerian football, there is a huge gap between the Premier League in Nigeria and the second tier. The gap is much. If you're not prepared for the top, you go down. We've seen Heartland. In the last 4 seasons, Heartland went to relegation 3 times. It was no fluke. You understand? So we've seen teams go down. We've seen teams like Aqua United, Lobby Stars. They are no longer in the league. They are down below because they were not prepared. So that is one thing about the league. If you're not prepared, you go down. Okay, look at Barra FC. Look at the signings Barra FC made. Look at the signing Warri Wolves made. I'm talking about teams that came to the league with Kun Khalifa. Will you compare the level, quality of players that they have with Kun Khalifa?
Even Wiki Tourist.
Even Wiki Tourist.
Kun Khalifa even sold their own players.
Yes, they sold some of their best players. Opening that goalkeeper, they sold him. They sold their Chinedu, the one that went to Rivers United. They sold some players. Did they replace these players adequately? The answer is no. If you look at the Kun Khalifa team now, you only single out Gabriel Lekon, Ahmed Joseph, Moses Uche, Ezionye Henry, and Nwokori Ebuka.
Exactly.
These are the players that you can say, okay, they have quality. And in their last 3 games, Ezionye Henry and Nwokori Ebuka have not played. And they have, yes. They are lost to Abia was at home. The Joe did not play. They went away to Wiki, they drew goalless. Remember, Wiki just came back to the league, and then they lost again to Katsina United. I saw that game. It was just 1 or 2 players on the pitch that was making impact. The rest, you could see that they don't have the quality to remain in the MPFL. So I'm not surprised that they are where they are now. They are rock bottom.
Exactly.
And it's so sad. Like,
And it goes beyond the pitch. You will notice that there have been a lot of brouhaha going on behind the scenes at the club, talking about the changing of coaches, suspending of coaches, and then the previous coach, Emmanuel Osigwe, after 4 games, he left. He was sacked by the management.
What this is you're saying? There was no official release by the club.
Exactly. So you would notice that their problem goes beyond the field of play. Even the internal management, there are crises here and there for the team. And I think it's part of what is affecting this team. And like you said, the club management were not, they weren't prepared coming into the MPFL season. And it's obvious it's showing in their results. And like you said, if you want to maintain your status as an MPFL team, you have to pick up maximum points at home. And they've been dropping points at home. Lost against Abia Warriors at home, and then losing again yesterday.
They've only won just 3 home matches.
Exactly.
Out of
18 matches.
Out of 9
home matches, yeah.
Out of 9 home matches, they've won only 3. Out of 10, because they played yesterday. Out of 10, they've won only 3, and they've lost 4.
that's quite disappointing.
No, they've lost 5.
They lost against Romo Stars at home when they were still playing at
It's
Aba.
still their home.
Exactly.
They lost against Romo Stars,
Lost against
Rivers,
Barawa.
Barrow, Castina, Abia Warriors. They've lost 5 home matches, 2 draws, and just 3 wins. That shows he's a relegation team. See, there's no difference between Concalefa and Wolverhampton Wanderers.
There's a difference. Biko. In how many matches? They only have two points. So the difference is clear. Please don't compare. And there's still hope. Just like someone said, they still have about
Which hope?
They played.
They have about this is 38 matches, and
They still have 19 more matches.
19 more matches.
And
Now,
they still have 9 home matches because they played 10 in the first stanza. They will play 9 in the second stanza.
Let's just an average of 19 points. They can pick extra 19 points. They won't be relegated.
In the NPFL, you need at least 45 points to guarantee your safety.
True.
45.
Exactly.
Yes.
When you're talking about the NPFL, if it's in the EPL,
You
average
say
of 40 points,
yes.
you're safe.
The MPFL needs 45 minimum.
Exactly. And if with the way they are going, it doesn't look like
They have 18.
They're going to gather much points to keep them afloat.
So another 18 is 36.
Exactly.
So they will need extra 9 more points. So you see the calculation.
Wow.
You haven't heard that.
Wow, I can't begin. And let's talk about the winning team and leave those other ones. Another team that is quite surprised. I think they've actually counted their loss. They know that continent is not for them. Even though it's not yet
Who is
official.
that?
Rivers. They've not focused
Okay.
in the NPFL.
Well, the Rivers, they are doing well for themselves. But, like he said, in the MPFL, you see, if you go through the league, you see 2 points, 1 point. That is just the point difference. Like you see, Nasarawa United, they are fourth. If they win 2 matches, next game, Rivers will be going to Rangers. And with the game I saw yesterday, I saw the highlights yesterday of that game. If Rangers beat Rivers, Abia Warriors defeat Play 2, who they defeated away. It will just be 1 point between Rivers and Abia Warriors.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so you see that the MPFL is 1, 2, 3, 4 points gap. That is what you see teams surpass the other teams with. So it's quite difficult for now to say that yes, Rivers are outright. Yes, they are holding a strong fame at the top, but for me, it's still early days to call.
Okay.
Yes, but for the relegation battle, the difference is now much because Concalefa they are 18th.
Exactly.
If you check where Barra is 21. That is 3 points.
Yeah.
Remo Stars has 22.
Remo Stars is 22, and Remo Stars is just 1 point ahead of the 4 that will go on relegation.
Exactly. And then the two above
Remo Stars 23. Katsina that won yesterday have gone to 26, and Concalefa will be going to Katsina to play. So
It's not looking good.
So, but for the top, well, the likes of Eyimba have chances. Abia Warriors, Ikorodu City, these are the teams. Rangers, Rivers United, these are the teams we expect.
And I'm quite impressed with Ikorodu City. Like during our last episode, I mentioned about Ikorodu City being my surprise of the season. When you consider what they did last season, coming into the NPFL and then being up there contesting for continental places, and then coming again this season, they're currently third on the log, defeated Remo Stars right there in Lagos State, and still again pushing into those continental places after selling majority of their players. Though Remo Stars sold most of their starting 11 last season. The same thing with Ikorodu City, but then they're still punching above their weight, and then I hope that they do somehow get into continental places.
Sorry, let me talk about Ikorodu City. I think that was what Concalefa would have done. What Ikorodu City have been able to achieve from, like he said, from last season. They are one of their directors is with Shooting Stars now.
Yeah.
Yes, or Oganla.
Toby
Adepoju is with Shooting Stars now. So what Ikorodu City have been able to do is you bring in experienced and seasoned professionals to man the management of the club. When we talk about management of the club, it's just not just the sporting directors and everything. We talk about look at their media, look at their packaging. Ikorodu City last season attracted sponsors. When I mean sponsors, it's not sponsors.
Big sponsors.
Yes, it's not sponsors on the shirt and nothing comes into the account. You attract people that
They have the likes of Guinness, Indomie.
let's not mention brand because they are not paying us, of course. But you attract sponsors and then you bring in seasoned professionals to manage your club. If you see what the media department at the Ikorodu City is doing, it's even more than a lot of these clubs.
The government owned.
A lot of these other clubs.
Government-owned club in the NPFL can be compared to the privately owned clubs in the NPFL when it comes to media visibility.
Yes.
Look at what Remo Stars. We know they're falling right now.
What I'm saying,
Remo Stars is there, top notch. So
Remo
what
Stars
I expect, I'll still come
and,
back to Concalefa. What I expect you to do is, you look at the clubs already in the league. You look at what they are doing that they are doing right.
Copy
You
the
emulate
templates.
them. You emulate them. You just don't because you've qualified for the league and you're happy. Or I know to them, they will think that they've done enough. They've done well. But it is not enough. It is not enough. You look at the teams ahead of you, then you study them very well. Ikorodu City last season, they were in the relegation zone. What did they do? They sacked the manager, brought in a new manager, and when it was time to recruit, they recruited players that had the NPFL experience. And that was what they've already also done this season. At the end of last season, most of their players left. This season, they had to recruit, and they recruited right. You might not recruit the top stars, but at least recruit
The right people.
Yes, the
And
right person.
Just like you said, the right people. Almost all players for Kun Khalifa are not experienced
In the
league.
NPFL, yeah.
So that's affecting them. It's a problem. You see, if you look at them, the boys, they've got potential. They can play, but not at that level. So they still need time. And for them to get more experience, you need to stay afloat. If they continue like this, they're not going to get that experience.
That is what he's saying about getting seasoned professionals to man your backroom staff when it comes to your manager, when it comes to your technical advisor. In fact, the whole boardroom, when you get seasoned professionals, seasoned coaches, they help you give the club a feasible direction.
You know, the transfer window for NPFL will be open January.
January.
So that's like on Thursday, three days from
Few days from now.
days from now. I hope he will do the right thing. I mean, the management of Kun Khalifa will do the right thing because right now
You're still hoping.
I'm really hoping because it's quite shameful and it's going to be even more shameful if they go back. I mean, Haaland just went back last season and now they just got here. We're happy. We're hoping that they will stay afloat and Haaland will come and meet them. But it's not looking like that.
They should come and sign me. I'm available.
For
I can give them 20 goals.